Hey, Scandinavian Bob here. Would you like to learn natural ways to increase testosterone levels? If so, this video is for you because I'm going to share some of the steps I took to raise my own testosterone levels by almost 400% all in a natural way. This video could potentially improve your life pretty significantly, so make sure to stay to the very end.
Disclaimer. This video is information only and it's not medical advice. If you need medical advice, please see your doctor. I am not a doctor. I'm just a guy who likes to read and learn a lot. And in this video, I simply share my experiences and what I have learned with the viewers of my video.
Okay, so it was in 2015 at age 38 that I felt tired, unmotivated, with a low sex drive, and I must admit that my erections was not as good as they used to be. So I went and took a blood test and found out that my testosterone levels were 244 nanograms per deciliter. That was within range, but just barely and way on the low side. So I decided right then and there to learn everything I could about how to boost low testosterone, and I went on a mission to see just how high I could make my levels go by raising testosterone naturally. And here's how I did it. Natural ways to increase testosterone levels. The first small steps. I have always been a beer drinker, but now I drastically cut down on my beer drinking to just 2 to 3 beers a week. I increased my sleep with almost 1 hour of sleep per night. I cleaned up my diet and ate less sugar and less junk food. I started taking a garlic extract supplement before bedtime. Now, of course, this was only the beginning and the very first small steps, but I still wanted to see if there were any improvements, so I went and took another blood test. By the way, I always took the test 3 times in a period of 10 days, all at exactly 7:30 a.m. and calculated an average to get the most accurate result. And now the result was 461 nanograms per deciliter. Okay, better, but still a bit under optimal levels. But cool, so far so good, and I kept going with my mission to see how high I could make it go. How to boost low testosterone, the second phase. I shortened my cardio sessions from about 45 to 50 minutes down to about 30 minutes in order to not increase my cortisol levels. I kept the number of sessions per week the same, and that was about 2 times a week. I started drinking pomegranate juice once a day. I made my own by actually buying the fruit and blended the seeds in water. Pomegranates are actually one of the foods that boosts testosterone levels the most, according to research. At this point in time, I kept my gym workouts the same, and that was about 3 times a week. But I started taking 3-minute cold showers whenever I could muster up the courage. At first only about 3 to 4 times per week because I hated them at this point in life. Then I started walking with a better posture, deliberately walking tall and with an open posture. Yes, there are actually studies showing that this works and increases testosterone levels. If we walk, talk and act more powerfully, our bodies respond to this. Oh, and by the way, the things I did during my testosterone mission are things that are backed up by science, and this is something that my blood samples shows as well. I will go into the science behind it all in a later video in the future in order to not make this one too long. Anyway, after the second phase it was time for another blood sample, and now it started to get really interesting because they came back at 750 nanograms per deciliter. Woohoo! But I kept going. Raising testosterone levels naturally. Phase 3. I started taking a testosterone boosting supplement. I started a cyclical ketogenic diet with a carb refeed day once a week. This made me feel better in general almost right away, by the way. Then I started taking 3 to 4 minute cold showers in the mornings every single day. And by now I had grown to like them because I liked the way they made me feel after they were done. And here's something interesting. I reduced my training even more and spent no longer than 25 to 30 minutes in the gym from previously about 30 to 45 minutes per session. I want to remind you that even before this I did not spend a significant amount of time training, and now even less. I started focusing on only big compound exercises in the gym. The time I did spend in the gym, I started to focus more on squats, bench press and weighted chin-ups, and I skipped the small exercises like biceps curl and triceps extensions and the other small exercises, and went for the most effective things to do for my body in the least amount of time, and that was the compound movements. Now I started drinking pomegranate juice only on my carb refeed days because of the sugar in it. I also made sure to eat a lot of tuna fish, oysters, grass-fed beef, eggs, and in particular the egg yolks. Those are all foods that boost testosterone levels. The tuna, for example, is very rich in vitamin D, an incredibly important vitamin for optimal testosterone levels. And the oysters are very rich in zinc, something that also helps with testosterone production. And the other foods also have their own testosterone boosting benefits, but I'm not going to go into more detail about that in this video. And then the next one is interesting. I started putting ice on my testicles. What? Yes. Every evening I took a few ice cubes out of my freezer and put them in a sock. That sock I then wrapped around my testicles and kept it there for about 15 to 20 minutes while watching TV.
Disclaimer, the sock is because we don't want to put ice directly on the skin. We want to raise the testosterone and not get freeze damage. Proceed with caution. If you do the ice trick, it's at your own risk.
Rumor has it that Russian powerlifters used the ice trick back in the day, long before there were any such thing as illegal ways to raise hormones in an artificial way. It's not that strange, actually. You see, the testicles are outside of our bodies for a reason, to keep cool. They also play a big role in testosterone production. Anyway, I kept this routine up for a couple of months, and then I went for a new blood test. And it came back 980 nanograms per deciliter. Woohoo! That's pretty darn incredible, because this is a very good level for a man my age. In fact, it's a very high level for a man at any age. Don't worry, I won't go into detail about my personal sex life, but let me just say there were no more erection problems, and my sex drive was through the freaking roof. In addition, I also experienced massive gains in the gym along with increased concentration, confidence and memory. Simply put, I felt amazing, like a beast. Now, it's about 3 years ago now since that last blood sample, and with some time passed and even more experience, you may be asking if I could only recommend a few of these things, what would give the biggest bang for your buck? Well, for the best effect, you should do them all, but if that seems like just too much work, then in my opinion the top 4 most powerful ones are the daily cold showers, the heavy strength training with a few reps and plenty of rest between sets and using compound movements, the cyclical ketogenic diet with high fats foods like grass-fed beef, egg yolks, oysters and so on, and the testosterone booster supplement. Now, I'm not going to mention the brand of the supplement I took because I don't want to turn this video into a commercial, but I can say that it really works incredibly well. And if you want to learn more about it, you can read about it at the bottom of my blog post where I talk about all the steps that I just shared in this video. You can find that blog post by clicking the link under this video. Just click the link where it says blog post and scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll find info about that supplement there. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video about natural ways to increase testosterone levels, and if you like videos with tools and tricks on how to crush anxiety, and if you like self-improvement and all kinds of life hacks like the ones I shared today, then consider subscribing for more videos by pressing the subscribe circle right here. Also press the little bell icon to make sure you get notified when there's a new video coming out. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out. Keep going and stay strong.